Hi there, I'm Dale from Bulletproof Studios. In today's episode, we're going over our frequently asked questions. So if there's a question that you have in mind, these will be timestamped throughout the video. So you can either skip to a question that you may have yourself, or you can listen to the whole episode. My lovely co-host is now going to ask me some questions.
Thank you. What exactly does Bulletproof Studios do, Dale?
So we do a wide range of content marketing. Now, marketing can be a very generalized term, but where we specialize in the content creation piece, where we look at the industry that you're in from a business perspective. We look at what posts are performing. So a nice way to sum this up is we'll research, we'll come out to film, we'll edit, and we'll publish your content. Now, you might think, how is that different to any other content marketing agency out there? Well, we actually tie this to a back-end system or process. And if you don't have one, we create that for you. And that's where we found that there was a massive disconnect when it came to businesses out there who know it's important to post social media content, but they just don't do it. It can be quite overwhelming, or it can be put on the back burner when you're running the day-to-day operations, trying to deliver the service or deliver the product. You're trying to manage your team, you're trying to manage the business, and there's just a lot going on. Marketing seems to be the thing that's pushed to the backbone, but it's absolutely crucial in this day to make sure that you have some sort of social media presence. This is a great way to build trust and build connection with people who potentially want to work with you.
If I'm a business and I don't know if I should start a podcast, why should I?
So we've done a longer episode on this. We'll link the full episode in the show notes below. But a phrase that was mentioned on that was, every business should have a podcast, but not all businesses need to be podcasters. And what we mean by this is podcasting is a great way to record a long form content. What you're watching just now is an example of that. We refer to it as season 0, or the core foundational pillars of every business. But you need to think about how many times are you repeating yourselves in the sales process or to a new customer who doesn't know what you do. You can create a foundation of a podcast or a podcast episodes, record that once, and you can add that into your sales funnel or your sales process. Gets better general inquiries into your business and ultimately grows your business. Do you add anything else that I maybe missed in that?
No, I think it's just great content that it can be evergreen. So unlike social media content, it's something that you can always go back to and link to. You don't just scroll past and it's away forever. You can always, basically you're building a library of content to direct your clients and customers to.
And the one good thing about podcasting, although we are saying it as if it's like the old traditional plug and play, but podcasting has evolved to people watch podcasts, so they're either posted on YouTube or even posted on Spotify to be consumed from a video perspective. Think about the service that your business offers just now, or the product that it sells. How hard do you find it is to explain that in a 30, 60-second video on a reel? That's why you find creating short form content quite difficult sometimes, because if anything like us, given the space where you've got 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes or longer to record a better explanation of all the pain points that your customer experiences, and more importantly, how you can solve those pain points.
So how is this different from just filming videos for social media?
So I mentioned this in one of the earlier questions, but filming and editing is absolutely important. It can do a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to creating content for your business. But if that's all you're doing, there's a disconnect between filming, editing, and just getting that content to upload, to researching, filming, editing, publishing, and then tying it and connecting it to that back-end system. We all want more views. Sometimes there's a bit of an ego at play where we think the more views, the better business we're going to get from that. But would you rather 1 million random views, or would you rather 1,000 quality-driven views from your ideal customer? Every single time you're going to want it from your ideal customer. That's an extreme example, but an example I'll maybe pull out more specifically here would be like, viral content will be things that's usually funny, or maybe just something controversial, something outrageous, like someone falling as an example, right? That will get more clicks, more views, more likes, more comments than maybe you as a plumber who are fixing a toilet. But if that service that you're showing on that gets in front of your ideal customer, the problem that you solve, that's going to get you more business. So that's really the difference between just creating content for the sake of it, or creating specific content that has a specific outcome that drives more quality leads into your business.
So what does a business actually get when they work with Bulletproof Studios?
So we've done a longer in-depth step-by-step breakdown of our service. But in short, You as a business owner have your hands full with the operating day-to-day running of your business. The last thing you want to be doing is filming, editing and scheduling that content that goes out. We join your business as a all-in-one sort of partnership where we take all that off your hands. We research your industry, we look at everything that is performing well and what your customers are looking for from a content creation perspective. We come out, we film that, or you can come here to our studio to film that. We edit all that content, we publish it, and we make sure that we're creating that content in a way that it's going to drive more inquiries into your business. Because if you are a business owner and you're doing this yourself, you're most likely spending at least 5 to 10 hours in our experience for the businesses that we work with. Try to do this. So imagine getting that time back and what you'd be able to do with that time. As a business owner, you're not just running a business, you have a personal life, a family life, and usually that gets put on the backbone because there's all the other things that's going on. So we come on board and we take all that off your hands.
As Dale mentioned, we have went into more detail on another video on the process of working with us. So have a look in our playlist, or there'll be a link in the description called The Process of Working with Bulletproof Studios for more information on that. How is a business actually going to get leads from the content that you post?
So look, for those who don't know what your business do, or maybe they know what your business do, they just don't know about you. The first sort of rule or first step in getting someone to buy from you is all about building trust that you can deliver on the service that you're offering or the product that you sell, and that they're going to get their money worth or their value from that. There's no better way to convince someone or win the trust over of a potential customer than video content or just social media content. If you take a comparison side by side between two businesses and they offer the same thing, but one business does it faster, or one business does it cheaper, they're usually the kind of main things that both businesses will fight against. But one thing that separates us all, regardless of the industry that we're in, is our personality, is the lens that we view our life through. And that often is referred to as a personal brand, but people connect with people. And especially the way social media is evolving, it's not necessarily about creating content just to get views. It's about creating content that helps people solve a problem. And that's where we come in. We help you create the educational content. We help you create the testimonial content, but we can have a little bit more of creativity when it comes to the maybe sense of humour that you have. We've got some clients who want to show that they're not so serious because they're in the dentistry industry, for example, and they don't want to come across too corporate. Whereas on the other hand, maybe there's a type of look and image that you want to get across to your audience.
And there's also the part we support with, which is the automation and funnels. So it's all great if you're posting fantastic content, but we also look at how are you converting that content into paying clients and customers. So we make sure that your back-end system is working as efficiently as possible so that when people do see your content, they're easy way for them to inquire and then convert into customers.
And a final point I'll say on this is, if you look at any time you went to buy something, usually you've kind of sat on the back seat while consuming some sort of information on that product. And this is the buying behavior of most customers. So if you're always regularly putting content out there, that is a chance to win trust and build authority and trust in that marketplace for every post that you make. And ultimately, that is how you get a better inquiry through to your business.
So a common question we get, I'm not good on camera, can you help me?
So super common. We have all been a victim of this at one point. Believe it or not, it's still something that I personally struggle with, but it's the nature of the game, and it all comes down to reps. The more reps that you do, the better you get at it. Now, we have strategies and tips on how to get you to come across more natural on camera. That's why scripts can be a great thing. There's some fantastic ways to edit videos that you wouldn't even realise that they've been said seconds at a time. We've done it with some of our content. So we take care of all that for you. Now, being in front of camera can absolutely be daunting, but at the end of the day, a mentor of mine once said to me that if I don't create the educational content that I have, then I'm being selfish towards the service that I want to deliver. And I would say that is a bit of advice back to you. There's a reason you started a business, and there's a reason you have the service that you have, because most likely it fixes a problem for your customers. And if you don't tell your customers about that problem or how that product solves that problem, then you are being selfish to them. So most judgment comes from within, and because we're not used to hearing our voice or seeing ourselves in camera. But number one, it can be a great way to improve your communication skills. And number two, it actually does help your business, because at the end of the day, people are going to see you and they want to see the people that they're working with.
And you will find that the more that you do this, the easier it gets. So if you find that you end up signing up to us on a monthly basis, we'll be coming to you every month recording content. So you'll find it easier at each time we go. I think at the end of the day, you need to think it's a conversation, not a performance. Does someone need to come to Bulletproof Studios to record their content?
So in short, no. We're in a fortunate position that we've got our own place, and we have 2 different studios, like the one that you're seeing just now. We've also got like an open space that's currently a gym just now. We've got a photo shoot background. Although we have access to all this, what we actually find that some businesses that we work with have their own premises in their own natural setting. So if it's like a shop front or a brick and mortar business, we can absolutely come to you. For other businesses, you might be doing events, you might be doing speaking gigs, you might just be in a different setting. So we can actually tie into when those settings are happening and making sure those content days line up. At the end of the day, you want to mix it up, so you don't want to always be in the same setting. Sometimes just recording a video outside at your local landmark can be one of the best things you can do to just get some more engagement onto the views. But more importantly, it's about the information that you're putting out there.
Who is our services for and who are they not for?
So here at Bulletproof Studios, I'd like to think we can help every single business owner, but there is a mentality that comes along with that. And the type of mentality that we probably don't work with would be those of you who maybe expect to see results within the first week. Social media content can be a little bit tricky. And on the flip side of this, if you're looking just to create viral posts, I would say again, that's not the type of businesses that we help. There is a subsection here where when it comes to influencer and getting influencer brand deals and all that sort of stuff, that is a different side of marketing that I wouldn't say we're experts in. One thing that we do really well is helping the business owner get more time back, and we help those businesses by creating the content. So if you're a business owner and you have an existing marketing team within your business, but you don't feel like you're getting the results or you're getting any lead traffic from that, it might actually be one of the systems or one of the flow or funnels that you have in the back that you have in the back end, and that's where we can come in and help you with that. So the business owners that we help is for all business owners that struggle with creating content and converting them into general inquiries or leads for their business.
Can I use the content we record for ads?
Yes, like that is actually one of the best things you can do. So typically people create content for ads specifically, but a good strategy when it comes to using paid ads is looking at your existing social media content to what's performed well. That's an easy way to test the market, that a video that maybe got more reach to your non-followers that was on the educational side of things, then that's getting you more trust in the market.
That, as well as the content we're creating, is all going to be posted organically, and organic content helps build trust, and those ads will amplify it. There's nothing worse than I've seen a business who just run ads and then you go on their profile and their profile is completely empty, because for me that is a bit of a red flag from a business. You can't see what they're posting organically. You can't see anything that really shows that they're an authentic company. So organic content and ads content really work hand in hand.
And again, back to one of the earlier questions that we had was, what does our service entail? This is why that strategy session is important, because there's multiple different ways that you can get leads to your business. Paid traffic or paid ads is one way that most businesses do, but one of the reasons it doesn't work is because either the creatives aren't great, or there's no social media content, or maybe there's a disconnect when it comes to the landing page. We've got several examples where businesses have went, yep, paid ads don't work for me. Paid ads work for every single business. Content works for every single business, but people give up on it way too soon. That's why we come on as a partner and we look at a longer strategy and a longer time frame on where we can help you build that trust and see that conversion, because that's what you want. That's what most businesses want to see, just like your customers want to see. The investment that you put in, or the payment that you put into the product or the service, you want to make sure you're getting that back in terms of the value of the service or the price of the product.
What if a business only wants us to record their content and not do anything else?
So that is totally fine to do. That's why we offer 2 main different packages. We do an all-in-one package where we do the content and we also do the back-end systems and automations and processes, if you'd like. But for some businesses, you either maybe only want one or the other. So an example here would be that someone's already got spent a lot of money on building their website and they've got already a couple of funnels built. They just need to get some traffic driving to that, either in the form of content or paid ads or whatever. You can apply and we can just work with you on that content creation piece so that it drives traffic to your business. On the flip side of that, there is some businesses out there that are still very skeptical on the content creation piece. So they've just looked at or inquired with us to draft us in to create that back-end system, because maybe they're creating the content themselves. Maybe they have a team of coaches, for example, where they're already posting content. So again, we can come in as a partner and just look at that back-end system and create a package for that. So it can be one or the other, or it all done together.
Okay, so we've now sold so many businesses on working with us. Where do they start?
So if you're looking to get started with us, the next step in this process would be booking a business strategy call. This is completely free to do. You'll see a link below this video, or you can go to bulletproofstudios.co/inquiry and book a call with us.
So that covers off our frequently asked questions at Bulletproof Studios. If you have any additional questions that we haven't covered, feel free to drop them in the comments below or message us directly. And if there ends up being quite a few that we've missed, we'll end up doing another video like this as well. But hope to speak to you soon.